Heart is our oldest and most important organ. To understand its role, we would like to know its beginning on the planet and also how we started our heart in the prenatal life, in this life. So both of these events are very important to understanding. The first event was orchestrated by what I might call cosmic consciousness, which is part of the universal consciousness, which is one of the four fundamental forces in the universe. The others are gravity and two atomic forces. The beginning of life on the planet began at the particle level of life. So let me say about the situation on the earth that existed at that time. The earth at that time had ability or capacity to create organic molecules. At the same time, the sun was providing the energy, and the earth had the ingredients, the elemental ingredients of organic molecules such as carbon, nitrogen, hydrogen, and oxygen. These elements combine to form amino acids, which are organic molecules, and even in more complex organic molecules such as proteins and their aggregates. At one point, one of these molecular aggregates added the last ingredient and became complete. Not only did it become complete, it also became aware of being complete. What caused the molecular aggregate to become concrete was universal consciousness. I will refer to this molecular aggregate as proto-life or pre-life. The sun was stimulating the proto-life to become alive, and the proto-life waited until it gained the action potential to absorb the sunlight, and eventually it did, and as soon as it absorbed a quantum of light, it became alive. It became a life form. This was the beginning form on life on the planet. At the beginning, the life form didn't have a long life because it depended on the sun to shine. However, in time, the life form learned how to store solar energy and manage it. So the evolution of the life began. Where was the heart in this beginning? Well, the energy that the life form felt was near its center of equilibrium of all the forces existing at that time. That would be the beginning of life, and the center where the life form felt the energy of life and became conscious of it is the place where the heart eventually came into action. So that tells us how the heart started together with the appearance of life on the planet. Now I want to jump the evolutionary space from that time to today's life that we live, and talk about how I started my heart beating from my memory of prenatal life. I will read you now a passage from my book called Tracking Consciousness Before Birth and Beyond, which is the first part of that book called that describes the prenatal life. One day, as an embryo, my attention was drawn to my mother's heart. I saw it as a pulsating source of energy and joy of life. When I made a contact with it, I seemed to hear it to say, "I am your friend. I can teach you what I know. You can be like me." I hesitated, knowing that I could not accept the invitation. I needed more time to grow. The mother's heart kept repeating, "Try it." At some time, I felt ready. After some time, I felt ready to try it. I created a spark that engulfed my whole body in a flame and jumped to my friend, the mother's heart. We embraced and started to dance, turning around. In time, I learned the rhythm and decided to return to my place in the womb and try to dance alone. Following a few unsuccessful attempts, I struck a spark strong enough to jump and continued. Spark, jump, in rhythmic harmony. Happy, I thought, now I hold my own flame. With it, I'll be able to do everything I needed. I will put it to test. Right now, I need more space for my growth. I strike a spark, succeed, and move lower. What made my heart, my sleeping heart, awaken? Well, it was the consciousness of my mother's heart. It awakened my sleeping heart and invited it to learn the rhythm that it wanted to pass to the sleeping heart. So this shows that the spark that creates the movement of the muscle, which is the heart, is a crucial part of life, and its disposition and its strength will influence the action of the heart. We can see this when we observe small children, how they use their heart. This gives me an opportunity to give special credit to women, especially mothers, for their gift they gave us, which is passing the flame of the heart to our incipient heart in the womb. Because of that, women possess a closer knowledge of life. Now I would like to give some examples of the application of heart in our life. And I'll begin with the story of Prometheus from Greek mythology. Prometheus was a lesser god that was given the task by the reigning god Zeus to create mankind. After Prometheus created mankind and looked at that life of the people, he saw that the people lacked energy of life. They were kind of lethargic. So he decided to put life in their, more energy into their life by lighting up a torch from the sun and putting it in the hearts of people. Well, the reigning god Zeus was not happy with what happened with the people. People had now the flame and power, perhaps to challenge his own power. He became enraged and eventually nailed Prometheus to a rock. And there's a story about birds of prey clawing at his liver every day. Another story that I would like to tell you about is something that takes place known as Olympic Games. The original Olympic Games were played in Olympia under the flame that was burning on Mount Olympus. Today, the Olympic Games are conducted in other countries on the planet, and these countries are obliged to take the light from the flame on Mount Olympus and bring it to the place where they will stage the Olympic Games. The Olympic Games were designed to bring nations together, to create friendship among people, which they are trying to do, and therefore Olympic Games today are known as the Heart Games. So this shows us the power of the flame that is necessary to start the heart. In our understanding, it is the consciousness of the heart, it is the spark. The best example of our heart, in my view, is a symbol of dancing Shiva from the religious background of Hinduism. Shiva's dance symbolizes the never-ending cycle of creation and destruction taking place in the universe. To the students of Hinduism, it offers an opportunity for spiritual transformation. We will interrupt the symbol in a more worldly way, closer to the human heart. Lord Shiva dances within a circle of flames that represent both the electrical impulses to the heart and spiritual light of life which powers heart consciousness. He holds one such spark in the hand of the extended left arm. In the hand of the extended right arm, he holds a hand drum, which denotes the heartbeat. The circle denotes the eternal nature of life, of the soul. The flames are also flowers that denote the energy of life. The right leg of Shiva controls a demonic creature called Tripurasura that represents forgetfulness and fear. The lifted left leg denotes the trunk of an elephant who symbolizes a teacher by clearing a path in the jungle so that other creatures can follow. The left arm points to that direction, denoting learning. Finally, the right arm with the raised palm denotes privacy, no excess. The statue of dancing Shiva denotes the physical as well as the psycho-spiritual action of the heart. Together with its stance, it represents the physical and spiritual forces acting in an equilibrium. Spiritually, it shows the life of the elementary particles. The Indian government donated a 2-meter tall statue sculpted out of granite which stands on the front lawn of the European Organization for Nuclear Research in CERN, Switzerland. I would like now to introduce a friend that appeared in my previous videos. His name is Themba Tana, and he will give us a little musical presentation using his drum. Themba is a person I consider to have total consciousness. I have never come across a person with a greater amount of consciousness. So I'll let him do a little musical ending.